J.D. Vance either doesn't understand a very basic part of Christianity, or he is intentionally misinterpreting it to suit his political aims.
But there's this old school, and I think it's a very Christian concept, by the way, that you love your family, and then you love your neighbor, and then you love your community, and then you love your fellow citizens in your own country, and then after that, you can focus and prioritize the rest of the world. A lot of the far left has completely inverted that. They seem
Now, I would argue that sentiment is directly contradicted in the Gospels. This is Matthew chapter 5, verses 43 through 48. Jesus pretty clearly states, "You have heard it was said, love your neighbor and hate your enemy. But I tell you, love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you, that you may be children of your Father in heaven. He causes his sun to rise on the evil and good and sends rain on the righteous and the unrighteous." It gets even more on the nose when we continue. If you love those who love you, what reward will you get? Are not even the tax collectors doing that? And if you greet only your own people, what are you doing more than others? Do not even pagans do that? I would argue this sentiment is continued at the end of the Gospel of Matthew when Jesus says, "Go and make disciples of all nations." This sort of universalist international perspective of Christianity has been a pretty core tenet for literally centuries. For example, this is why missionary work in other countries is so prominent. Just on a purely descriptive level, I think J.D. Vance is way off here.